Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our global financial journey. I am thrilled to have you here for this fourth installment of our series. Throughout our previous discussions, we have explored the surface of the investment world. But today we are going deep into the engine room. I've been reading your messages and I hear you. Many of you are saying, the market feels like a chaotic ocean. Interest rates are moving. Inflation is biting and risk is everywhere. You feel confused. And that is perfectly okay. In fact, that confusion is the first step toward true financial wisdom. Today, we are going to dismantle the Holy Trinity of finance: interest, inflation, and risk. We are going to see how they are tethered together by invisible chains. And more importantly, how you can use this knowledge to protect your future. Let's start with the concept of interest. Think of interest as the price of time. In the global markets, we don't just see it as a bank rate. We see it as the cost of capital. Imagine you are a captain of a ship. Interest rates are the tides. When the tide is high, the cost of moving your ship is expensive. When it's low, everyone wants to sail. But why does it exist? Why can't money just be free? The answer lies in the time preference theory, by the legendary economist Eugen von Bohm-Bawerk. Humans are biologically wired to want things now. Waiting is a sacrifice. Therefore, interest is the reward for that sacrifice. It is the bribe the world pays you to not spend your money today. When the Federal Reserve or the European Central Bank raises rates, they are trying to cool down a feverish world. They are telling you, stop spending, start saving, and we will reward your patience. But here enters the second horseman of the apocalypse: inflation. If interest is the price of time, inflation is the thief of time. Imagine you worked 40 hours this week. You earned your salary. You put it in a drawer. If inflation is 10%, then by next year 4 hours of your hard work have simply evaporated. They are gone. This is why inflation is the most regressive tax in human history. It punishes those who save in paper money. Do you remember the 1970s? A decade where global inflation spiraled out of control. Investors who sat in cash saw their life savings lose half their value in a few short years. This is why Nobel Prize winner Milton Friedman warned us that inflation is always a monetary phenomenon. It is too much money chasing too few goods. As an investor, your only goal is to achieve a positive real return. If your investment earns 8% but inflation is 9%, you are failing. You are running a race where the finish line is moving faster than you are. This leads us to the most misunderstood concept of all: risk. Risk is not the enemy. Ignorance is the enemy. In finance, we define risk as standard deviation. It is the measure of how much the reality will deviate from your expectations. Let's look at the 3 major risks every global citizen faces today. First, there is systematic risk. The storm that hits the entire world at once. Think of the 2008 financial crisis. No matter how good your stock was, it went down because the system was breaking. You cannot diversify away from a systemic collapse. But you can prepare your financial lifeboat using assets like gold or treasury bonds. Second, we have liquidity risk. This is a silent killer. It is owning a beautiful asset that nobody wants to buy when you need the money most. During a crisis, liquidity dries up like water in a desert. Always ask yourself, if I need to sell this tomorrow morning, who will buy it and at what price? Third, and perhaps most dangerous for beginners, is concentration risk. Falling in love with one company, or one sector, or even one country's currency. Harry Markowitz, the father of modern portfolio theory, proved mathematically that diversification is the only free lunch in the world. By spreading your investments, you can reduce your risk without necessarily reducing your returns. Now, let's connect the dots, Yushkamai. When interest rates are low, money is cheap. People take risks, they buy houses they can't afford and stocks they don't understand. This creates bubbles. But when inflation wakes up, central banks are forced to act. They raise the interest rates. The tide goes out. And as Warren Buffett famously said, only when the tide goes out do you discover who has been swimming naked. Don't be the one caught without a swimsuit. To thrive in this global economy, you must be a student of the markets. You must research, you must analyze, and you must remain rational when the rest of the world is panicking. Knowledge is your greatest shield. In our next session, I am going to show you how to take the first step into ownership. We will talk about equities, how to own a piece of the world's most powerful corporations. But for today, I want you to look at your own finances. Are you protected against inflation? Are you being compensated for your risk? Think about these questions. Thank you for being part of this community. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a step on your path to financial freedom. Stay curious, stay disciplined, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.